Assalamu alaikum. If you are a researcher and want to apply for research grant or write research paper for top tier journals, then you have to follow this six rule model, which I suggest for all the authors and all the researchers for how to write a professional research abstract. Uh, as we know that abstract is the face of your research. If the face is properly presented, balanced, and formatted, then the reader will look down and explore to other parts of your uh, document and your research. But if it is prepared in a bad way, with no sequence, with no formatting, and not following any kind of rules which are used for writing a best research abstract, then the reader will just go onward and will skip your research document. So normally I suggest the six rules framework or model for writing the best and professional research abstract. The first rule which we must have to follow is that we should introduce our problem by describing the contextual information, background, and the objective that what we are going to do in this research. So actually this is a kind of objective with contextual and background information for your research. Then once you introduce your problem, then you have to tell the audience and the reader that what method I will be using for this problem. For example, you are solving the problem of hate speech detection in Urdu language, then your method should suggest that I'm going to use deep learning method, but keep in mind that you should not be use the generic terms. You should be specific to the particular method. For example, I'm using transfer learning method to solve this hate speech detection in Urdu language. Then once you propose your methodology in the abstract, present it abstractly, then you have to design and you have to write about the experiment that you have performed, from where you have collected the data, how you collected, how feature has been extracted, how the model has been trained. And once the experiments is completed, then at the end you get the finding. But you have to mention the finding abstractly in the research abstract, not in full detail. And after that, you have to tell the reader and the audience from a broader perspective that what are the implication of your research. For example, hate speech detection in Urdu language, where it can be used by public or by government organization, or what will be the technical and social and economical or other kind of implication of this study to the general public. And the last but not the least is the polishing rule, that you have written all the five section of your abstract, but it needs to be polished. So the sixth rule is to polish your abstract. And for polishing your abstract, I suggest three rules to be followed. The first rule is that there should be a coherent flow in your abstract, which means that you should follow the rule 1 to 5 in the sequence as stated. And the second polishing rule is that it should be error free. Grammatic, spelling, and semantic error should not be anywhere in your abstract. And the last and most important one is that your abstract must have a harmony with the title. What you are claiming, the method and the field of application in your abstract, that should be matched in the content you have written in the abstract. Once you do all these polishing steps, then your abstract face will be well balanced, well formatted, and the reader will look down to the other section of your paper. Otherwise, they will throw it away and will go for finding some other good article. Uh, but here a question arises that how we will do it. So there are two formats for writing abstract. One is structure format, in which you properly add these sections and the particular information of that section you add to those section. And the second type is you write it in free form, conventional form, in a paragraph, and whichever method you are using, in structure or unstructured, but you have to follow this six rule framework or model. And then what could be the sub element of each section? For example, what could be the introduction and background information should have, and what we should write in the research method. The sub component of sub element of each of these section are also necessary to be understand, and for that we will talk in our next video. Thank you.